Hi guys, today I'm doing Iready reading.
You are about to take a final quiz on the 10 words you have practiced.
I am ready to
During this quiz,
continue.
This is the last time you can check the glossary.
Next.
Read the paragraph.
Begin the
Complete the sentence with the correct word to tell the main idea of the paragraph.
It is unusual for animals to take care of the offspring.
It is unusual for animals to take care of offspring from another type of animal. If other kinds of babies join their families, it could become harder for animals to care for their own young. But some animals adopt anyway, like a dog that cared for a baby squirrel or a gorilla that took care of a cat. Scientists hope to learn more about what makes these combined animal families succeed.
It is surprising that animals are willing to integrate babies from other types of animals into their own families.
Read the paragraph. Then tap the phrase. Complete the sentence with a word that means the same as new and unusual.
Inventors have created an electrical toothbrush that can clean your teeth in just 10 seconds. This toothbrush is curved to cover all your top and bottom teeth at once. It has 3,500 bristles that vibrate over 20,000 times per minute. This new and unusual design makes brushing faster and helps your teeth get cleaner. Innovative. New and unusual means innovative.
Fill in the blanks to complete the sentences.
When Iris's family first moved to the city, Iris struggled to get around on her own. To increase her mobility, her parents got her a bus pass. At first, navigating around the city was difficult because she was unfamiliar with the bus routes. After a few months, though, she was able to easily figure out where she was going.
Which research question is related to a biological topic?
What do plants need in order to grow stronger?
Read the paragraph, then tap. Complete the sentence with a word that means the same as made.
He used the extra force that he generated to help him do backward somersaults in the air.
Which fact is an example of resistance?
Resistance. Oh, right there.
Complete each sentence with the correct word.
The internet is an important part of modern life. It can help people become active members of their society. But many people around the world do not have access to a smartphone or other devices to connect onto the internet. The biggest barrier, that's all.
Fill in the blanks to complete the sentences. Catherine Freund knew
that a lack of transportation could be a barrier that might keep many older people from staying involved in their communities. To help solve this problem, Freund started a innovative program. As part of this creative program, volunteers act as low-cost taxi drivers for older adults.
Read the paragraph. Complete the sentence with the word that means something similar to the country.
Society.
Complete each sentence with the correct word or phrase.
To navigate to his cousin's house without getting lost. The next day, he and his cousins worked together to generate a list of things to do during Roger's visit. He asked his staff if they could have access to the family car while Roger was there. Roger expected resistance, but his uncle was eager for Roger to see Guatemala, so he said they could use the car whenever they needed. Next one.
Not Right This Minute by Margie Polster.
The next morning, Noah grabs his backpack, sprints out. I'll do it! Just not right this minute! That's Noah, a teenager whose mom just asked him the dreaded question, the one she's asked every night this week. Did you finish writing your paper? The next morning, Noah grabs his backpack, sprints out the door as the bus arrives, and drops into a seat. Then he finally begins working on the paper that's now due in 20 minutes. His heart is racing, he can't concentrate, and the noise around him is making him increasingly irritated as it becomes apparent he's unlikely to finish on time. Even if he pulls something together, it won't be work he's proud of, and he probably won't earn a decent grade either.
What problem does Noah face?
He cannot focus on studying in his noisy room. He does not know what answer to give to his mom. That if both of those are wrong, the last one's right.
So why would Noah do this to himself? Noah is suffering from an all-too-human condition called procrastination. It's human nature to delay starting things we don't want to do. We put off errands, chores, and yes, homework, whatever we don't feel like doing. We try to convince ourselves that we're claiming a little more me time, but deep down we know we'll pay for it in the end. Research on procrastination shows it's bad for us, both physically and mentally, and it all comes down to stress. Try as we might to ignore an approaching deadline, consciously or unconsciously, we begin to worry as it gets closer. That nagging anxiety interferes with our sleep, makes us irritable, and may even lead to illness. And when we rush to finish at the last minute, we never do our best.
Why does the author mention research about procrastination?
Our emotions and our physical health. Also, when we hurry to complete a task, our work suffers.
There are a lot of reasons why we procrastinate, but with practice and a few strategies, we can avoid putting things off. When we don't feel motivated to start something, we say things like, "I'm not in the mood yet." But the reality is, if you don't like doing dishes, you'll probably never be in the mood to do them. Focus instead on the outcome, how good it will feel to have the job done. And if you need more incentive than that, consider creating a reward system. Treat yourself to an episode of your favorite show for each night you work on a project. Or plan a lazy day where you just relax for when you finally finish up.
Next.
What other solution does the author suggest to deal with a lack of motivation?
Give yourself something nice when you reach your goals.
Another factor that leads to procrastination, especially for big jobs, is that we feel overwhelmed by the size of the task. When that's the case, break the job into smaller, more doable chunks. For example, split time management can be an issue too. A due date that is 2 weeks away seems like a long way off, so you may delay getting started. But time goes by fast, and before you know it, the due date looms. Instead, when you have a deadline that's a ways off, estimate how much time it'll take. Divide that time by the number of days until your deadline to figure out how much you need to do each day. The head start will mean less scrambling at the end.
Next.
How has the author built on the information you have learned so far?
The author describes as 2 more factors that lead to procrastination. First, we might being anxious if a task seems too large. Second, we might have to hurry at the end because of poor planning. To address both problems, the author suggests staying organized by setting an alarm, keeping a journal, making a schedule.
Once you do start working, use your time productively. Beware of stopping to answer texts or goofing off online. These momentary delays add up quickly and keep you from fully focusing on your work. Now, let's check back in with Noah. His terrible experience of procrastinating convinced him to change his ways. When he was assigned his next project, he started immediately. He split the work up into manageable chunks and worked a little each day. He even finished before the deadline. It was cool to get my work done without feeling stressed, he admitted. And I'm pretty proud of how it turned out. My procrastinating days are over.
Last and final, the
What idea about procrastination has the author developed in this passage?
procrastination might seem worse than it actually is. Procrastination will leave you feeling very stressed out. Procrastination can be overcome with smart strategies. Yeah. Bye-bye, guys. That's all for today. Please.
Utter Clutter by Margie Polster. Read carefully. You only get one.
Vanessa's bedroom is a tornado of flying objects as she tears through piles on every surface, frantically searching for the electric green belt she promised to return to Lily. Vanessa and Santiago belong to a group we'll call utter clutterers, people who are, well, more than a little untidy.
Why does the author tell the story about Vanessa and Santiago?
To introduce the idea that messiness is a problem.
Messiness may not seem like a big deal, but humans are actually wired for order. In fact, a study by researchers at Princeton University determined that it's harder for people to concentrate in cluttered environments. When there are too many things in our field of vision, they compete for attention, just like the stuff on Santiago's desk. Your family relationships can suffer because of a messy room, too. It can lead to arguments, especially if you share a room with a sibling, like Santiago and Vanessa do. No one wants to put up with someone else's mess.
How does the author expand on the problem introduced earlier in the passage?
The author says clutters can lead to unpleasant, unfamiliar, unnecessary. I don't know. It could be this one or this one.
Read properly. Okay. You don't
Author
know.
says clutters can lead to unpleasant.
Verb, noun, pronunciation, everything. Look.
How does the author expand on the problem introduced early in the passage? Unnecessarily delays. I think it's this one. People have difficulty focusing in a mess. They also feel tense. Nope, it was not that one.
If you can relate to Vanessa or Santiago, maybe it's time to put your own space in order. The task may seem overwhelming at first, but once you get going, you'll realize it's not that painful, and you'll definitely like seeing the positive results.
Guys, I'm gonna guess what TBD means. To be decided.
Next, look around and choose your first area of attack. Don't choose the biggest mess first. Start with something easy and work your way up to the more challenging messes later.
Why does the author mention trash bags?
Suggest ways to get rid of clutter.
Let's say you start with your desk. Pick up an object. Ask yourself, is it trash? If it's worn out or broken beyond repair, put it in the toss bag. If it's a rotten banana peel or discarded granola bar wrapper, you guessed it, that goes in the toss bag too. If it's not trash, ask the next question. Do you really want or need it? To help you decide, consider these factors. How long has it been since you've used it? Do you have more than one? Is it especially meaningful to you? If you don't want or need it, put it in the donate bag. Most communities have places to drop off donations of clothing, toys, and other items that are in good condition. Something you aren't using anymore could be just what someone else needs.
Why does the author pose a series of questions for readers to ask themselves?
To help readers figure out what to do with their things, to enable readers to find the item they're missing, to help imagine some things that they want, to keep more of their belongings. I don't know this one either. To help readers figure out what to do with... Oh wait, never mind, I got it. It's the second one.
For items you do decide to keep, put them away immediately. Have some keepers that you don't yet have a place for? Put them in the TBD bag. You can also use the TBD bag for items you're having a hard time making a decision about. TBD stands for to be decided, so you'll deal with these items later.
Guys, I got it right. Let's go.
Once you've gone through everything, check with an adult that it's okay to get rid of the contents of your toss and donate bags. Then come back to your TBD items. Ask yourself again if they are important to you. You may end up with a few more things in your toss and donate bags. For your other TBD items, find places for them. Old boxes and jars may help with this, so might some bookshelves.
What idea about clutter has the author developed in this passage?
Clutter can be fixed making duffel torches. Clutter can be fixed by working at it for short periods of time.
If you follow these steps, you'll go from utterly cluttered to mightily tidy. You'll be able to show off your organized space, work in peace, and enjoy the time you're saving not looking for buried objects. But here's a final word of caution. Beware of clutter creep. It begins innocently enough when you drop that sweater on the floor, but soon every surface is covered. Make a habit of putting your things away, and you'll beat clutter creep.
You're sleeping? That's why
What does the phrase clutter creep mean?
be careful.
A mess
I
that
don't need
returns
to
if a
run.
room is not cleaned often. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Anyways,
Okay, bye.
hey guys, that's all for today. Please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Bye!